Last night, I realized something else about myself. I always tell people I'm a recovering food addict. And people say, why would you say that? Because I'm owning it, because I understand I have an unhealthy relationship with food. And how it started was me being younger and dealing with certain things. I I created a relationship with food like it was one of my long lost friends. Like when I was sad, I went to food. When I was bored, I went to food. When I was happy, I went to food. It was a relationship that I created within my realm. So therefore, even in adulthood, I realized that I'm in that relationship with food. I'm not fully recovering. It's always going to be recovering. You meet any person that was addicted to something, they say they're recovering. It's a lifelong path to recovering, just like any other a drug addict or an alcoholic might have relapses. It's the same thing with food addiction. Food addiction, we have relapses, and that's okay. So you just have to own it and accept it in that moment, what you're doing, and be honest with yourself. So guys, food addiction is real. Last night I was just looking at all this food, and I was pacing back and forth. It's not even food I would put in my body at this. I haven't ate that kind of food since last year, okay? So I'm pacing back and forth over this food. It was junk food, mind you. And I was just realized I was so angry. Like, why can't I eat this? This is, But let me tell you, some people will be like, oh, enjoy yourself. Treat yourself. Well, do you do that to a crackhead? Do you go take a crackhead to the corner store and give him $20 and tell him just get one more hit? It's all right, you can do it. You already know and this is what makes food addiction so difficult, is because we need food to live. And so as you learn yourself, I know certain foods trigger certain things. So if I gave in to a certain food, that binge might last for a whole week. I can't shake it for a while. So therefore, I choose not to indulge in certain things, not because I don't enjoy living, but see, people mix it up. They be like, oh, well, you're not living because you're not eating. Well, if eating junk food is called living, then I don't really want a part of that either, because junk food makes me tired. It makes my mind groggy. It makes me keep wanting more. So we have to find balance. And so when I say balance, it's a gradual learning process, a gradual dying process of your old self, recreating your new self. So food addiction in that way is very difficult because you need food to live, okay? We need to eat. So that food addiction is like a bad relationship with an ex. It's bad for you. Certain things is bad for you, but you keep taking it back, without creating boundaries for yourself. And that's how I look at it, because every meal I was eating I was creating nutritional suicide. And my friend Rip used that word, and I like it. Nutritional suicide. I was performing nutritional suicide every meal. That food didn't give me any energy. It gave me false energy, false hope. Nutritional suicide probably landed me with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, liver disease, neuropathy of my legs. Nutritional suicide. We have to own it. We have to own it that we are creating nutritional suicide. And I know some people will say, well, you just got to live. You just got to enjoy life, indulge. Well, when you're dealing with an addiction and you are aware that you are dealing with that addiction, sometimes not indulging is living. Get it? So if you're struggling with food addiction, stay encouraged. Don't be discouraged. You're not alone. You can still be successful at releasing the weight, releasing the waste. I say releasing instead of losing, because I didn't lose anything. It never should have been mine in the first place. So therefore, I released it. When we use the word lose, when you say, oh, I lost something, what We have to get into the subconscious, the conscious mind. It's not, words are not just words. It's power in the tongue, okay? So if it's power in the tongue, then we need to watch what comes out of our mouth. We need to also watch our thoughts, because our thoughts are energy, and energy is movement, okay? And we create our reality with our own thoughts. So therefore, I suggest saying releasing the weight, releasing the waste, because it gives you, if you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am releasing the weight, I am releasing the weight, and keep saying it, you will feel a certain sense of peace. Well, you should. If you have fully admitted that you're addicted to food and that you don't want to lose the weight, because we don't want to find that crap no more. I don't know about you, but I don't want to find it. I use weight loss as an overall topic, but trust me, when I'm talking to myself and in my inner circle, they already know. Don't say you lost. They know not to say Tamara lost the weight. Tamara released the weight, because it's gone. I'm not trying to get it back. On the neuroscience level, you can look it up. On those words, it plays a key. It's the reason why the weight loss industry uses lose, okay? It's marketing. Guys, we have to take our life back on all aspects. And the first how to do that is to educate yourself. Realize what you're saying. Realize the words you're using. I'm not saying, I still say lost sometimes because I've been programmed to say lost. But realize, I don't think I lost 240 pounds. You always say I shed 240 pounds or I released 240 pounds. I released it. It's not mine. It never should have been mine. I don't own it. I don't even want to find it, you know. So not saying that I won't gain some back and shed it again, because that is the struggle of me finding balance with my food addiction. So yes, guys, food addiction is real, but stay encouraged, because it's a lifetime recovery. It's recovery. It's not going to happen overnight. So be gentle with yourself, because you are worth it. You are worth recovering if you are a food addict, okay? You are worth it. We have to create boundaries for ourselves, like we have to do in relationships, create boundaries. If we have a food addiction and we're tied to food like that with that relationship, then we have to create boundaries for that too. Now, I'm not going to say get all strict and cut out everything, because that is not healthy and that is not balanced. But you have to learn yourself. As you grow and as you create your foundation, you will know yourself and you will know your thought process. You will understand your weakness. You will understand your triggers. And it's a constant learning. It never ends, guys. So food addiction is real, and that is my thing. And I still struggle sometimes. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want even you guys to think I'm perfect and all this. I struggle like everybody else. I'm Tamara. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm just me. This is who I am, and I am a recovering food addict. And it's okay. It's okay. And you guys have an awesome day.